Hey beautiful ones, how are you? Lucy Shah Jahan coming at ya for a live Q&A. Got my little dog here, Stevie Nicks. I'm so sorry to be a little bit late. I actually have no Wi-Fi. We've just moved into a new apartment. So I'm actually doing this off of Wi-Fi. Still gonna come here and have an awesome chat with you. And please remember that this is your Q&A. Hello, gorgeous Audrey, how are you, Queen? So please chime in with any questions. There are never any silly questions, ever. And also you're helping a soul sister out by actually asking something. Don't be shy. We've got too many other places in our life where we hold back, and this gets to not be one of them. Hey, Crystal, how are you? So, thanks, gorgeous. I just had a shower. I'm actually doing a little photo shoot of my little pregnant belly before our girl comes into the world. So I've got to dry my hair. Hi, Marie. After this session, before the photographer comes. Nothing like a bit of multitasking. I'll wait a couple more minutes while people come on. We are, though, in... Oh my God, we're in our apartment. We've got boxes everywhere, even though there's a baby on the way. But you know what? I always say to my girls in Soul to Soul, like, fuck perfection, right? Who cares? You know, it's just about like really going where the flow is and really going where your heart wants to go, and not have to have like every single I dotted and every T crossed. Yay, who's coming on? Hey, beautiful souls. So this is a topic I'm really excited to chat about. When I say I'm going to make this short, I always say that and it's long, but I really am going to be like into the point and then out today. So the conversation is, you know, are you leaving it to the universe? Are you sort of sitting there and having this inner conversation with yourself like, well, if it's really meant to be, then, you know, the universe will bring it to me. I don't have to actually go out there. Hey, Naima, how are you, gorgeous soul sister? Is that what you're really telling yourself? Because I know that I did that, and the reason that we can actually say, you know what, I've tried, I've put myself out there. Hey, Julia Franklin, how are you, gorgeous? If this is really meant to be, then it's just going to be, oh, I'm side on, I'm a bit tilted. No wonder I'm turning my head sideways, hysterical. So guys, I have no internet. I'm just doing it from my phone. So if it's a little bit skew-if, that's just the way it's going to be today. So for those of you just joining, this conversation is about, are you waiting for the universe to bring you your soulmate? Are you waiting for the universe to bring you your ideal role when it comes to career, right? It's such a fucking hiding place. Seriously, if I hear one more person like telling me, and I say this being a lover of the universe, truly, I want you to know, like, I am constantly using the laws of the universe. I want to make this really clear. The universe fucking rocks, and it is more powerful than we're ever going to be. But it's a co-creation. And what really makes my heart soar is when I see amazing, talented, beautiful women just like you that are literally handing your future over by just this like waiting game. Hey, gorgeous Karina, it's like, I don't have any control of the future. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Have you found yourself saying that, right? I just want you to ask yourself, like, truly get quiet for a minute and check in with yourself right now. Are you having this kind of aloof conversation where, and it's not just with the soulmate, it's with other things as well, right? It's this kind of, what it is it's undercover complacency where we're like, well, I don't really have to put myself out there too much because you know why? Here's the deal, girls. I'm going to break it down for you. Deep down, there is a fear that, hey, Danny, you're going to get it wrong. And so we use the universe as like, well, you know what? I know what I want. I've got my list. And if it's really meant to be, then he'll just show up. In the meantime, I'm just going to do me. What I want you to know is that's not feminine at all. It's very, very masculine. And what it's lacking, believe it or not, you might be convincing yourself that you're all trusting and just at one with the universe. Hey, Tash. But the truth is that deep down, many of you have actually given up, and you're not even admitting that to yourself. Not everyone has. And somebody, you might be like, oh, Lucy, I haven't given up. That's why I'm in this group. Or, you know, I haven't given up. I want you to get deep, deep, deep down into the underbelly of your soul. You don't have to even admit this to me, but I want you to get honest with yourself, because once we get the truth and go, hang on, you know what? There is some truth to this. I feel jaded. I don't enjoy dating. I feel like there's no good men at the moment. I feel like love is really hard. if you can at least just admit that truth to yourself, and I'm getting chills, so I know I'm on the right path here. It's fucking truth, right? That's what we're here for. You are actually going to be one step closer today to actually being able to solve this. It's when we add all the jazz hands and everything's going to be fine and everyone tells you everything's just going to work out and the universe knows what it's doing and all these like big open sentences and like, it's fine. It's not fucking fine. What's fine about it? You're not going to bed with the love of your life. You're not creating a family. You're not where you want to be. Now, I'm not saying this. I'm saying this because I'm with you girls. And this was my life where I was like, I'm not fucking fine. I'm anything but fine. I want to be loved. I want to be held at night. I want to be supported. I want to be cherished. I was like, and right now I feel really far away from that. Sorry, my husband was just calling me. You know, this is what you want to do, is get a little fucking messy with the truth and go, hang on a minute, how unfine am I with just saying that, you know, maybe 2020 will be the year that it happens. You know what? It's my year. I want you girls to go deeper. You owe it to yourselves to actually go, you know what? 2020 is going to look exactly the same if you keep palming it off to the universe and thinking that the universe is just going to line it up, because it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. The universe is such a powerful, well-oiled machine, if you will. And it's constantly responding to our inner belief system. And many of you might be going, yeah, Lucy, I know this. Great. But there's actually nothing changing just by the awareness or just by knowing it. You want to deal with those beliefs right now, because I promise you, that's what the roadblock is between you actually receiving and allowing in the love of your life. Many of you deep down are scared fucking shitless about letting yourself be seen, letting yourself be loved, dropping this independent armor that is keeping you single. And so it suits you to kind of outsource it to the universe, when if you really get still and quiet for a moment and cut out the busyness, cut out the Netflix, cut out the alcohol just for a second so you can breathe and connect, you're going to go, oh, that's uncomfortable. Oh, I've got to be with myself right now. No, I'm not where I want to be. And this is the beginning actually of the change, when you actually can say out loud, I want to have a soulmate relationship and I'm going to do whatever it's going to take to get into alignment so that the universe can bring me my match. So that, because that's what we're living in, is an energetic universe. And you're going to hear me saying this till the cows come home, until I'm blue in the face. Any other metaphor I can think of? Because I used to sort of like do spirituality, but I was never being in my essence. I was not being who I really was. I wasn't unapologetic. I wasn't taking up space. I was being a version of myself, thinking I was so spiritual and like the universe has got my back, and I had all these things coming out the wazoo, right? All these sayings. Meanwhile, I'm going to bed every night on my own, not one step closer to the future that I really, really wanted in my heart. And that's because my little girl underneath the surface was terrified of love. And it suited her to just be under this spirituality umbrella. Does that make sense? Of just like, one day it's going to happen. And so I just thought, well, I'll just go off and have all this fun, and I've got good friends and I can have nights out. And, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll be. How many of you are really telling yourself that? Sorry, I can't see any comments as well. I'd love you girls to ask questions and comment. I don't know if I'll be able to do that today because it's on my iPhone. But truly, that's what I want you to actually connect with right now, of how truthful are you being with yourself, and how much are you just almost like saying, oh, you know what? I don't have to deal with that right now, because it's passive, it's casual. And where the trap is that many of you think that, well, if I focus on it, that's too intense, so I'm just going to take my focus off of it. Can you talk about showing up? Because I'm showing up, but a lot of neediness is coming up when relating, which does not help. Yeah, 100%, Danny. And I've talked about this with you, gorgeous soul. Hey, Janine. Oh, my soul to soul sisters are in here. Look at them. I love it. So you're showing up, but you're showing up from a place of neediness. It's such a great point that you brought up, Danny, because this is the truth. Many of you right now should not be dating anyone. Read my lips. when you know right now that what I'm saying in this conversation about at a deep level, you don't trust love, you don't trust yourself to make the right decision, you feel that it's actually bloody terrifying to be vulnerable and you don't know how to be who you are, do not touch dating. Please, it's literally like drink driving. I say this in my masterclass, and if you haven't watched my masterclass, go watch it. It's in this free group. You got to understand that until you are in a soulmate relationship with the most important woman in your life, which happens to be you, until you are really madly, deeply, head over heels, fucking in love with the bigness of who you are, or the quirkiness of who you are, or whatever it is, until you own who you are and own your voice and fucking love yourself with all your flaws and all the things that you're not, I promise you there's no one else that's going to be able to come into your life that's going to be able to love you, because you have to do that for yourself first. You've got to cultivate that trust within yourself and trust yourself before you can trust another person. And, you know, these are things that you might hear and go, oh yeah, I know. No, there's no point in knowing anything, because that's just intellectualizing this whole conversation, and you cannot fool the heart. You either feel really deeply worthy and you really know in your heart you're great at receiving, or you're sitting here going, that's not who I am. I massively overgive. I don't trust myself. I have shitty boundaries. The last thing I would believe on the planet would be that a soulmate relationship can happen for me. These are the truths you want to literally get out on a piece of paper and just sit at them and at least be with the truth for just a second. We run away from the truth. We find it confronting. We'd rather go and get our nails painted or go out with friends, whatever. And what I'm telling you right now is that the universe, you cannot fool it. So there's no point in just wasting time, months that turn into years, going, well, if it doesn't happen, that just means it's not meant to be. No, that just means you didn't get off your ass, my darling, and do the work to take a stand for yourself, to get out there and create the future that is yours for the taking. But this complacent energy, or just like, I just want to be in flow and I don't want to try too hard, I'm telling you right now, it's all smoke and mirrors, and it's going to keep you single next year, the year after that, and you will miss out on your opportunity of being a mother. You'll miss out on the opportunity of having this beautiful soul connection, not because you don't deserve it, but because you didn't love yourself enough to face those shadow parts of yourself, to deal with all the numbness that's underneath that you're just getting around with. I'm fine, it's all good, it'll just work out. We are, most of us, so choked up to our fucking throats right now with years and years and years of stuffing our voice and our truth down. So if you're sitting here right now and you're experiencing like tummy upsets, headaches, earaches, fatigue, anxiety, autoimmune stuff, I want you to know that stuff's not just happening to you. It's happening because you're not listening to yourself, to your truth, to your heart, to your soul, to your body. And it's just putting all this rubbish down on top of each other, and it combusts. I know when I had my wake up call, I was up to about there. Honestly, from my feet up to about there. And I didn't even realize how bad it was. I didn't, because I had bought into my own story that everything was just going to work out and be fine. Until I went, so where's my happy ending? It should be here now. I have, really good vision boards and I'm a really good person. I don't know why it's not here. And it's because I still was avoiding my truth, and I wasn't dealing with the deep pain. I wasn't dealing with my abandonment issues. I was just in this masculine, version of my identity. And I was telling myself all these good things about myself, and I had this idea of what I wanted in my guy, but none of it was connected with my heart. It was all very masculine. And then I was just putting myself out there, to go back to your point, Danny, putting myself out there, thinking it was a numbers game. And then I got into this place of I've tried everything. I'm just going to let the universe bring it to me. The universe didn't bring me jack shit. It brought me guys to show me like a mirror that were out of alignment, that were feeling a little bit lost, that were dabbling, with spirituality and all this stuff. And I was like, I just don't understand why I'm attracting in these guys. And it was like, Lucy, because that's where you're at right now. You're not in your certainty about who you are. You're not in your conviction. You don't believe in love. And you've got this story well beneath the surface that love doesn't happen for you. And so until I stepped up and actually got the right support and built a brand new identity of a woman that was going to attract in love and keep it, I was on a road to nowhere. And I know that's where many of you are right now. And yet you're sitting there confused. And I so get it. But confusion is costing you time. We can't just do this spirituality and do a couple of downward dogs and drink green juices and read a few books of Gabrielle Bernstein. She's got great books, but you know what I'm saying? And go, I'm doing my bit. No, you're not. You're massively top line and you are dabbling with your life. Because love is the highest currency. Without love, it doesn't matter what career you're in right now. I know when I go to my deathbed, I want to go, was I loved? Hey, Jazz, was I loved? Did I experience intimacy? Did I feel treasured? Did I feel seen? Did I feel supported? How about you? What is it that you want to experience on your deathbed? Truly, because we can't take our money with us. And yes, it's great if we can absolutely have an impact. That's totally up there for me as well. But at the end of the day, it's really bloody simple. And you are the only one that can actually create this change in your life. And many of you are terrified to actually step up. And you're trying to do it on your own. And you are doing the absolute bare minimum. And I got to tell you right now, that was me as well. But you cannot hide behind if it's meant to be, it will be. Many of you are pretending like you don't even, well, if I have family, that'd be great. The amount of women that floor me when I ask that question, do you want to have children? Well, it just depends if I meet my guy. I'm like, that's not an answer. Get fucking deliberate with your life. Do you want to have a family? Do you want to have a soulmate relationship? Like, what do you want? Then you go, great, who do I have to be to attract that in? What belief systems do I need to have? What do I need to clean up on the inside? What are the family paradigms that are running through me and like terrorizing my life right now? Where is the resentment? Where is the negativity? Where is the anger? Where is the truth? Because you are not your past abandonment issues. You are not your failed relationships. You are not your parents' fuck-ups when it comes to love. That is not who you are. And many of you are getting around carrying these burdens and you've taken them on as your own. And it's just not the truth. You were born whole and fucking sublime and amazing. And then the older we get, we buy into these stories that do not belong to us. Marie said, I must admit, I thought the universe was going to provide my Prince Charming like a Disney movie. Yep, you're not alone, Marie. This is so many women right now. What do you do with it all once you find it? Once you find what, darling? The truth. What do you do with it all? Oh, you deal with it and you clear it and you heal it. I think that's what you mean. I think you mean like, what do you do once you deal with all the shit? Yeah, you transmute that shit. You turn it into fucking gold. That's what you do. Many of you right now are sitting on these, some of you have had trauma. It depends. We're all in varying degrees, right? And what I want you to know is wherever you are on the spectrum, whatever has happened to you, it's not who you are. Once you get the truth, you're willing to face it, which is what we deal with here in Soul to Soul, you are free, you are liberated, and then you get to create this brand new space to be able to receive the new. But right now, many of you are just stacking shit upon shit upon shit upon shit, and it's a fucking shit farm, right? It literally is. You gotta laugh and go, I'm eating shit for breakfast, I'm eating shit for lunch, I'm eating shit for dinner. Oh, wonder why my life's not changing. Yeah, doesn't take a rocket scientist, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like we are coming up to October in 2019. And there's so many powerful warriors sitting here in this community right now. And all you've got to do is choose you, step up and get the support. And you are going to change your own life. Chills. I got chills right now. I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to change your life. You are going to change your life. I happen to be a freaking powerhouse master at guiding my women because I care deeply about seeing women getting into their hearts. Why? Because I had to learn how to get into mine first. I didn't just choose like, hey, let me go and help women. No, fuck no. This has been like my life's work, right, Jazz? So you know what your hurts are. I just don't know how to move past it all. Exactly, Rena. That's my point, darling. You can't do it on your own. Your way's not working. It's about getting a mentor. It's about loving yourself enough and investing in yourself to go, you know, we go to university, we invest in all these other things, right? Let me get a house. Let me get all this stuff. Oh, No, I don't need to invest in myself. It's all back to front. I got so many women, it's like, oh, I can't invest in myself right now. I've got to put in a new kitchen. I said, your kitchen is not going to get you in alignment. Your kitchen is not going to attract in your soulmate. What do you want? Kitchen, soulmate. I'm being serious. We've got to be that candid. Like, what are you willing to do to take a stand for yourself and change your life? Because to dissolve 30 plus years of conditioning is not going to happen with reading a book. It's not going to happen with going to a seminar. It just isn't. It's going to happen from playing full out like it's life or death. Bottom line, because it actually is life or death. Because if you don't heal this heart, that's when we have heart conditions, heart attacks, body issues, cancer, all of it. So when I say to my women, this is like, life or death, I don't say that lightly. It really, really is, because if we don't actually deal with ourselves and we just keep palming it off to the universe, acting like the universe is our knight in shining armor, it's not. It's an illusion. And it's a really dangerous hiding place. And I see it all the time. It's like we become these spiritual junkies and we just throw the universe out there whenever it suits us, to our own detriment. So it's time to realize that if you knew what to do, I couldn't figure it out on my own. I tried. I'm bright. I'm tuned in. I needed to get someone who'd walk the path ahead of me. I wanted the shortcut. I wanted the express train. I wanted to know, you know what? This can happen for me. So Rena, they're really great questions, but at the end of the day, you're in this group for a reason. So are many of you, right? And what I want to ask you right now is what's stopping you from actually really putting yourself first and saying, I'm worth it. I'm going to do whatever it's going to take to get myself into alignment. And who am I talking about you getting in alignment with? I'm talking about you getting in alignment with the bigness and the magnificence of who you were born to be. So you're getting around in this world with an open heart, with belief that you can have what you desire. Because honestly, the majority of people in this world do not believe they can have it. And if we don't believe that it's our birthright, we don't believe it from a cellular level, from a true place, like I can really have this, we're just like, it's like Groundhog Day. And it's the worst feeling ever. And then we slip into the story of, I've tried, it doesn't work out for me. And it's not true. You're just not drinking the right medicine. You're just not getting the right support. Does that make sense? I've seen women come in here below their own minds who clean up their life in a matter of 8 weeks, and they've been to therapy for 10 years, 20 years. You should not be sitting there slogging away, like just showing up if something is not getting you results. I'm serious. Like I've been there. I truly wish someone had knocked me over the head with a wet fish and said, Lucy, transformation, if it's done well, gets to happen right away. It's not this like, let's take 10 years. No. Sorry, Stevie, I scared you, darling. It's all right. So good stuff, Amy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I just want to make sure I'm getting any questions. If there's any other questions, Audrey said, I can relate. It feels like I'd been put in God's hands, but hadn't stepped up to do my part of the work. Kind of like, oh, well, if I don't have it, I guess I'm not supposed to yet. And Netflixing left and right. Not anymore. I'm in it to win it now. Fuck, thank you, Audrey. That is exactly this conversation, right? We slip into, oh, well, it'd be here now, wouldn't it? And you're way too powerful to buy into that empty story, right? Energy flows where our attention goes. So please hear me when I say this. Wherever our intention is, whatever we're out to create, you've got to put your energy and your focus into that. But many of you are like, oh, well, if I just forget about it and detach from it, then the universe can bring it to me when I least expect it. I get that, but the only way the universe will bring it to you when you least expect it is if you are taking care of yourself and doing the work at the same time. Because it's about alignment. That's what it's about. So Audrey, yeah, you realize now how friggin' powerful you are, and that once you put your foot on the gas and stepped up, you are like so mind-blowingly amazing. And now you can feel that, right? You actually know that I'm not just saying that. You feel that in your core, and you're still working that and building that muscle. But the truth is, girls, we can do a lot of this. We can say a lot. Like, I feel worthy. I know it's just going to happen. deep down, our inner GPS is like, no, you don't. You don't believe it's going to happen. You don't think that you're the ants pants. You treat yourself like shit. Have you heard the way you speak to yourself lately? So what you're leaving on the table right now by just sort of handing it over to the universe is time, your precious fertility, fulfillment, right? Feeling deeply fulfilled and lit within who you are and living on purpose, happiness, joy. And instead, it's almost like there's this ticking time bomb of panic. And it's like, I just had this vision. It's a strange vision, but I just saw all these like universe, like, oh, I'm just leaving it to the universe. All these women stranded out at sea. It's just being like, it's the strangest vision, but like, yeah, I'm just waiting for the universe. I'm just going to keep here like treading water until my ship comes along and delivers me my soulmate. Jazz, I was lying to myself for literally decades. This program has been life-changing for me. Awesome, Jazz. Jazz, you're a fucking superstar. And I want you girls to know as well, when Jazz came to me, there was a lot of armor. You know what I mean? She was really in her independent, masculine energy. Jazz is one of the most powerful girls I've ever met. It was all there inside of her. All that beautiful feminine, all that beautiful heart energy. And I'm not just speaking about Jazz. That's the same with you girls. You're just not accessing the depth of who you are. You're not plugged in to that precious, beautiful soul that you were given. And you're just skirting around the edges of who you are, and you're not even expecting the best to show up for you. You know, I've had women that come to me, they're like, I'll just be happy if I can go on a date. And a guy messages me back. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Huh? Like, no. Every one of you in here is like, it's your birthright to be in a soulmate relationship. You're fucking amazing. But it's not about me telling you that, and it's not about just saying that. It's about integrating that knowing. Otherwise, we settle, we give up, we sell out on our dreams, and we're like, oh, well, love didn't happen, so I guess it's just not meant to be. And then you get to end up with that bullshit plan B story, because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you're actually more aligned with it not working out for you, instead of you putting a stake in the ground and saying, 2020 is my fucking year. And you know what, universe? I got news for you. I'm going to attract in my soulmate. I'm going to be a mama bear. I'm going to get engaged. I'm going to live on purpose. I'm just putting whatever out there, you know. And you start to actually start putting a bloody line in the sand and saying, I'm not going to sit here being the girl that misses out. I am done with feeding my scarcity, feeding my victimhood, feeding my excuses, feeding my own bullshit. I want truth. I want to live while I'm alive, not just exist and survive and get by. You girls are in the prime of your life. Beautiful, talented, phenomenal women. I want you to hear me when I say that, because I know I attract awesome women. So I can just say that to every one of you in here. You are amazing. But you are the only one that's going to actually be able to create this change in your life, because you are the creator. You hold the trump cards. And if you want to keep giving your power away to the small version of who you are and just letting yourself off the hook with, oh, the universe has got this and all this other bullshit, you will be single. You will not. You will get to be right that love doesn't work for you. My question is that what you're really here to sign up for? Is that why you're here on this planet? To bail out? True, we have a choice. So that's my message. You know, if you had 2 months left to live on the planet, how would that get you into action? How would you start to step up? You choose to live and thrive. Of course you do, Tash. You're a freaking superstar. Another superstar, Tash. Love you. Tash got really resourceful to come and work with me. You know what I'm saying? Because she felt it in her heart. She's like, I fucking have to do this. This resonated so deeply, very with my soul, and is exactly in line with my thoughts and literal words that just came out of my mouth before coming online here. Awesome, Amy. Awesome. I'm so glad that it spoke to you. And here's the deal. If some of you are watching this and you get triggered, I'm cool with that. I'm here to actually have real conversations. And if it's triggering something, it's because it is speaking to you. And you have a choice to either run away from that and go, that Lucy girl, like whatever, and I won't be offended. You can unfriend me, unfollow me, whatever you want. But I really invite you to go, why is this making me uncomfortable? Or why am I crying when I'm watching this live, right? That's the truth coming up. And I will never stop telling the truth, because I actually care too much. I want every woman to experience love in this lifetime. For me, it's night and day. When I was battling along, trying so hard, thinking I was doing all the right things versus just getting the right support. and living my best life and living on purpose and feeling truly, truly in my heart. And now to be creating my family, I want that for you girls, because I got really intentional. I really did. People say, oh, you're just lucky. I'm not lucky. I'm committed. I said, you know what, Lucy, you deserve the best. And I'm sick of you being the runner-up. I'm sick of you missing out. And you know what? It's because I was aligned with love not being safe. And that was from my trauma wound, of my abandonment wound of losing my father when I was little. And when I became my own advocate, and when I took a stand for myself and started treating myself the way that I would want to be treated, and that meant truly stepping up and getting, you know, a mentor and all the things that I tell you girls to do, it then started to integrate deeply within me. Wow, I'm going to have this. And I'm living proof, truly, just to show you what's possible. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not deeply grateful in my soul for what I'm creating, but it's purposeful, it's intentional. Every single day I choose to live my best life. Truly, I'm like, I have the tools now, and that's what I teach. What did you say, Tash? Yes, I did have to get resourceful because I knew deep down I had to do something. Exactly, Tash. And that's the voice of you know, great coming from you, honey. You knew deep down that it was time that you had to do something. So those of you, I'm going to wrap on that note, beautifully said, Tash, listen to that last hurrah from your heart, because so often we keep pushing down that voice of I really need to get serious and do something, where we push it down so much and then we do entirely give up. Hey, sweetie. Hello. So yeah, like I am just super, super pumped for all of you in here right now, and that this is resonating with you. And all I say to you is, you know, get into action. If this is speaking loud and clear to you, then book a call with my team and let's chat and really see what's going on, okay? And any questions, if you watch the replay, hit me up with the questions and I'll gladly get back to you, because we've got to get serious with a new year coming up and go, how am I going to do this year differently? What do I need to do to be the chosen one, so that I actually can be jumping up and down going, yes, I actually attracted in the love of my life. Yes, I'm living my life on purpose. You know, there's so much to get excited about, and all you got to do is just commit. Put yourself first. Thanks, Jazz. Love you, girls. Mwah, 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 mwah. Let me quickly show you. I'm going to quickly show you before I get off. If I can get my phone off of here. I don't know if you can see. It's my view in my new place. You can see a bit of the ocean there. Yay! All right, divine ones. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Big love. You deserve it all. So go and put yourself first. Bye.